And we are live. Good morning, good morning, good morning, South Florida. Hello, world. This is Robert Henderson Jr., President, Founder, and CEO of the Henderson Financial Group. I'm a certified financial planner, I'm a certified tax coach. We're recording live today in the beautiful studios of the Henderson Financial Group. Yes, I am solo here today. My wonderful, talented sister-in-law, Linda V. Harris, will not be joining us today. She's on assignment. As a matter of fact, she's at a real estate developers conference out on the West Coast. She's over the several years now. Linda has really been diving head feet. Just really into the real estate and development. So we like that because that's just add more diversification to the Henderson Financial Group, our whole platform. And those of you all who just joined us for the first time, we've been in business for over 30 years. We're a full service financial planning firm. We love what we do. Our motto is to bring the future into your present. Today, I'm really excited about talking about a subject that I really, really love. And as a matter of fact, has helped me a great deal to navigate to higher prosperity and a more balanced life. And the title of today's show is called The Law of Compensation and Financial Planning. And I want to talk about it. How you doing, P? Parnell says men's night. You got that right. Look, usually when Linda's on, she just say, "Hey, girls, where my ladies at?" Girls' nights, girls, girls, girls. But today, I'm not going to say men's night. I'm going to say everybody night, everybody day, rather. Good morning, good morning, good morning, South Florida. Hello, world. Hello, the rest of the nation and people that are out of the country also, because we got viewers from all over, man. And I absolutely love that. Um, LJ, how you doing, LJ? Good morning, to Lawrence. So we're going to talk about a subject. Normally on Wednesdays, my daughter and I, Hyacinth, talk a lot about the mind, getting your financial mind, get your mind in shape in order to navigate through the financial planning series. Because you gotta get your mind straight. It's all about the mind, It's not the outer; it's always the inner. It's not so much how the car looks on the outside that matters, but really what kind of shape the car is under the engine. What kind of motor, how does it drive, how does it feel? That's very, very important. So I'm led to this morning to speak about these universal laws. And I'm going to talk to you all about one law in particular. It's a lot of laws. And I want you guys to Google or do your own research so you can follow what I'm talking about. Some of you all know, some of you have heard us talk about universal laws. We use the term all the time. All five of my kids, I shouldn't say kids anymore because my youngest one, Jasmine, she's 27 years old, and the oldest one in March, he'll be 44. I'll be 65 years old this year. And boy, my memory is like I feel like I'm, 6 years old. I can remember. Um, and I'm very proud of that. Having a good memory is a blessing and a curse. Some things you want to forget that you just cannot forget. Memories serve me very, very well because in America we call it education, but it's really memorization. I didn't start getting really fully educated until after I finished high school, and then even after college. I dropped out of college. As a matter of fact, after the second year, I was studying architecture, and I realized, I like the drawing. I still like to draw, but I needed more out of it because I don't like to have a life of stagnation or have caps on me. I feel like I'm from the creator and the creator of the universe and the heavens and earth, and it should be unlimitedness. And I don't like to have a cap. I just don't about anything. I like to be able to explore. If I had to identify, or I had to, if someone asked me what did I think of myself as, I would say that I feel like I am an explorer. An explorer. And reason why I say an explorer, because an explorer, you're always seeking. You're not stagnant. Whatever you feel there's more. You want to go higher. And I feel like that. Even at my age right now, I'm still very, very inquisitive. So I read a lot, study a lot, attend a lot of workshops. In fact, since Wednesday and Thursday, Tonio, myself, and Tavares, we left the office. Heisey was here holding things down, but we was in a really good workshop, financial workshop, that we have some things that we really, really going to bring to you. Um, a lot of times these workshops that we go to, they cost a lot of money because, you know, they give you a lot of information that the average person don't even know, didn't even know that you didn't even know, you know. When I got back, I was so happy because I was working with Larissa, and last week we had got a call, and this guy said that he had to pay $1 million to the IRS by February 15th because he's in Florida. And Florida, the 2021 taxes had been extended to February 2021. Oh, excuse, to February 15th for 2021 taxes. Reason because of the Hurricane Ian that happened last year. So the IRS extended anybody that lives in Florida. They give you more time. And this guy called me just like, actually it's like 2 weeks. And he says, "Hey, Mr. Henderson, you know, I need your help. You know, I got CPAs and accountants. I've been listening to your show, you know, and I've heard you." And they just told him that he's in the entertainment business. He owed $1 million in taxes. Well, I said, "Larissa, we got to help this guy." You know, we put our team together. We looked at what he had and what he went over and what he was doing. And I'm happy to say, make a long story short, he got a $1,600 refund. Can you imagine that? The guy was getting ready to actually part ways with $1 million, and he gets a $1,600 refund after calling us, me, Larissa, and we put our whole task team on it, and was working nonstop. It was about over a 2-week period too, you know. But he was very cooperative, and he. So now we're going to go back to look at his other years that he had been paying, and he had CPAs, had, you know, accountants, bookkeepers, and all that. You know, if you guys know anybody that's making a lot of money and you have a CPA, I'm not the down CPAs, okay? Most of the time, they do debits and credits. They just add, this is what you made, this is what you got to pay, you know, because I had that experience, you know, when I was about 10 years ago, you know, they said I owed over $1.5 million and stuff, you know, but I knew something had to be wrong. They wasn't really the thinkers, you know. But anyway, and we found out that a lot of deductions, a lot of things that he could have taken, they just didn't. They just says, and I find a lot of entertainers, they do that too, especially a lot of people who just spending money and having a good time, and you're on social media and you're making it rain. You got the Rolls Royce and got all the jewelry and all that. That's pretty much ripping you off. They feel like you some sort of, you know, you're not that sharp, you know. And then they feel, and then the people, believe it or not, when you have that kind of attitude, the people that's doing your work, they don't really have a whole lot of respect for you. Oftentimes you'll find people that just loose lips, loose with the money, and bling, bling, bling. Most of the time somebody is taking their money because they feel they're ignorant. Because look at them, look how you're showing, you know. So those are the ones. So if you know anybody like that, just tell them to call the Henderson Financial Group and let's just look over your stuff. I'm pretty sure that we're going to find stuff that you didn't even know that you could do to save you on those taxes, you know. Anyway, but that's not what my show is about. Let me say hello to you all. Miss Joanne Witherspoon, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Lynette, good morning, good morning. Doretha, good morning, Miss Kim Mills, Joe Witherspoon, Cousin Terry, Cousin Chris, good morning, good morning. Okay. Kim says, yes, pass some memory this way. You know, I'm tell you something, Kim, that memory, like I said, you know, it's a blessing and a curse. I can remember before I even knew how to walk. I can remember crawling, you know, and it helps me out with academics, American academics. But you need way more than American academics to navigate through this world, because American academics just teaches you memorization. So we're going to talk about that too, because I want to link up the law of compensation right along with financial planning, and tell you how it's closely aligned. Because me and my daughter Heisey have been talking about, how you doing, Miss Redhead, Mr. Redhead, Brenda Brown, how you guys doing? Good morning, good morning. Who else we got? We got a nice full house here. Beth, how you doing, Beth? Islam, Destiny. Oh man, we got a JLJ. We got, everybody's here. Everybody's falling in. Okay. All right. So I really, really want y'all to get pick up what I'm putting down. I get that from Heisey. I really want you all to pick up what I'm putting down. and I'm trying not to talk too fast because we going fast. Same team. We're supposed to have a special guest. If we can get George Wallace, the comedian, he might call in on the second hour. So I want y'all to tune in. He's a funny guy. Plus, he got some wisdom. We're gonna talk to him. You know, I'm gonna interview him and talk to him. So if he get a chance to call in, guys travels a lot and he's real busy. But he told James C that he's gonna try to call in at the 10:15 the second show after this one. This show ends at 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. Eastern time. And then we do Understanding Part 2 with James C. Hot 105. My brother from another mother. We're going to do a second show come at 10:15 to 11:15. So we can get George Wallace. He say he want to call in and rap with y'all and share some things. And I'm excited about that too. But right now, in the present, we're going to talk about the law of compensation. There's universal laws, like the law of attraction. A lot of you all probably heard of that law of attraction. You know, there's a law of resistance. Yeah, a law of resistance. I want y'all to look that up. What is the law of resistance? What is the law of cause and effect? The law of action. And we talked about that over the last 2 Wednesdays, my high C and my daughter on Wednesday. Because on Wednesday, that's when we talk about the mind stuff. Okay. I often talk about products and strategies on Saturday, but I felt the need to bring in this mental aspect on today's show because I need to give you guys an edge. I need to let you know what a lot of people are doing and they don't talk about it and they don't teach it in school, but it's kind of like a secret, but it's not a secret because if you know someone, like I'm telling you right now, to get hip to this, because a lot of you all feel like, some people feel like they got to do scratch off or they got to play the numbers or they got to do something to get rich quick. No. Or why do some people live, you know, a much abundant life than they? I'm telling you, these people know something that you don't know or something that you're not adhering to. And it's a universal laws. They are invisible laws. Nobody talks about it because nobody want to be like, ooh. But I'm telling you, all the CEOs prosperous from Apple to Microsoft to Amazon, they all practice these universal laws. They're invisible laws. They're not man laws, but they govern everything. Now, if you don't know how they work, then that's why taking you a long time to achieve your goals because you don't know the rules of the law. It's like not knowing how to play a game. Like, you know, you're going to lose because you don't know what you can and cannot do. So trying to navigate through this life, I don't care, you know, if you're an adult, you don't understand these laws, man. You're going to wonder why you keep getting pushed back or why this is not happening for you. So that's what I want to talk to you about because I need you. It should be, you know, we should probably make it a prerequisite to understand this, of course, to understand these laws before you become a client of the Henderson Financial Group. Because I'm telling you, if you did, you'll be ready to go. That law of resistance, you know, that law of cause and effect, you say, okay, I got it, Miss Henderson. Let's do this financial plan. We're gonna roll with it. I'm telling you. So Google, what are the laws, the universal laws? And it's another one that you can Google called the 12 laws of karma, but it's still the same thing, compensation. Kim says, I experienced the law of resistance. Money seems to resist me. Yeah. You know, you got to practice what you preach. I mean, you know, what you're saying, Kim, you know, it really, your inner genie hears that. So you got to say, man, I know my money out there and I'm going to get my money. I'm almost to my money trying to find me. You got to say that. And you got to keep an open mind to it. Okay. You really do, because the universal laws are invisible laws. It's like you can't see the law of gravity. But if you walk off the ledge of any tall building, I don't care if it's in Florida, Miami, New York, California, Singapore, Hawaii, if you jump off a tall building, it's this invisible law called the law of gravity. And let me tell you something, it's proven that you will drop 32 feet per second. I don't care if you're 400 pounds or 10 pounds. You coming down 32 feet per second. 1 second. That's 30. That's, if I just say 1 second, you just drop 32 feet. And that law is no respecter of person, place, or thing. You don't care who your daddy is, who your mom is. You don't care who you are. You don't care if you're Republican or Democrat. The universal law, the law of gravity, just like the rest of the laws, they work. And if you work them, they work for you. At the Henderson Financial, man, we are just engulfed using the law of prosperity, the law of giving and receiving, the law of cause and effect. So this law of compensation, let's talk about it, And first of all, a lot of people that work like 9-to-5 job, I want you to think about what I'm about to say. You're compensated by three things, three principles. Okay. This is how some people make more money than others. First of all, is there really a need for what you do? Think about that. When I'm talking to you, I want you to look at yourself and be honest with yourself. I mean, if you're gonna lie, don't lie to yourself, because when you lying to yourself, man, you're in trouble. Is there a need for what you do? Ask yourself. Some of y'all say, yeah. What your ability to do what you do you do it well? Can you really do it well? That's number 2. Number 3 is, how difficult is it to replace you from what you do? Now, come on, be honest with yourself. How difficult? In other words, does the show go on without you? I mean, can they just replace you? I mean, how good are you? Because let me tell you something. Like, if you're the starting quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs, it's kind of hard to really replace you. So therefore, they pay you a lot of money. You know what I mean? I mean, if you're unique at what you do, the more it's difficult to replace you, the more valuable you are, the more they pay you. So if you just sweep the floor and you work at the school, you're a cafeteria worker or whatever, you're just serving food, and it's not hard to find a replacement for you. So you can't really demand a whole lot more money. You know what I mean? Because it's, you got to think about that. So the law of compensation says you're compensated based on what value you bring, what you bring. That's one part of the law of compensation. Okay, how you doing, Joseph? And how you doing, Tara? Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, you and Neil there, y'all listening? Okay, y'all riding it out. Y'all see him solo here without my sister-in-law Linda. I can do it. Y'all know I got a lot to talk about. And stay tuned, because we're gonna see if we can get George Wallace, the comedian, to come on at the second hour. So I want you guys to stay tuned for that. James, to let us know. We'll confirm that. So whatever you do, I don't care if it's your husband or your wife, whatever you do, are you you just simply, are you irreplaceable? Are you good? Are you a mechanic? You just any mechanic? Are you a special mechanic? What about the Mr. Fix-It man? I mean, are you really that good? What about the surgeon? Are you really that good? You're a teacher. I mean, I want you to start thinking about this. The law of compensation basically is like the law of karma. They're very closely aligned. What you put into life is what you receive. And it's in direct proportion to what you put in. I'm gonna give you a perfect example. Kentucky Fried Chicken, Popeye's chicken, Chick-fil-A. All three of them have one thing in common. It's chicken. It's a bird. It's a chicken. It's a chicken. But is it really unique? Does Popeye chicken really have a special uniqueness about their chicken that people will go to Popeye's chicken? And what about Kentucky Fried Chicken? Do they have a unique, they do it in a certain way? Do they have a uniqueness? And what about Chick-fil-A? I don't know what they're putting in there, but them lines so long, they must be putting some sort of drugs or something in there, but it's just a chicken. Sometimes I drive by and can't hardly get by because the line's so long. I'm passing by. I'm like, God, it's just chicken. They must be selling something else in Chick-fil-A. But the point is the compensation, uniqueness of the product. How unique are you, really? So I want you to think about this. Mr. Anna Dupree, thank you so much for the book, and I enjoyed seeing you last night. I went to Mr. Dozier's had an event, a jazz and art event last night, and it was really, really nice. And I even though I'm coming back from Tampa, I stopped by there, me and my wife, and it was good. It was so good seeing you, Mr. Dupree. So I want you to think about because when I'm talking, I want you to relate to you yourself. What are you doing? And the reason why I'm talking about these different laws, the laws, karma, cause and effect, I want you to understand, because when you're trying to get your financial house in order, if you having setbacks, it's because these invisible laws, you're not adhering to them. You don't understand them. You out of alignment. It's like having a car and trying to get from one place to the other, but you don't understand what a red light is, a green light. You don't understand what a stoplight is. You don't understand. It's going to be difficult, especially in South Florida, or basically all around the country with all this construction going on, to really navigate to where you want to go if you don't understand, especially if you can't read. So it's going to be difficult. That's how it is if you don't understand the universal laws, these invisible laws. I'm begging you, I'm telling you, I need you all to get in tune with it, because that's what helps us. When I started understanding these universal laws, probably about 40 years ago, because I knew there was something. I was working for this Jewish firm. This guy looked like Danny DeVito. This guy was rich. People were coming in, and the way he spoke, and this guy's dressed like, with some jeans on and some boat shoes and a golf shirt on. And this guy, was really putting it in. I mean, he was putting it in. I mean, like really reading and studying and learning. And people were coming, and then I would hear them talk, and the words they would use, all positive words. And they would use a lot of this cause and effect words, but they don't tell the general public. And see, you don't really know, because a lot of times your family union or your friends, they're not talking about, they don't even know that there are laws of cause and effect. And we talked about that last Wednesday. The cause of laws and effect. Wherever you are right now, and whatever we are experiencing, and a matter of fact, everything that you can see, any animate object, that's an effect. Something caused that to come to fruition. So you got to understand cause and effect. So in your life, whatever you want, there's a cause and effect rule. There's a law how to do it, and there's a law of compensation. You feel like you should be getting more. What? Why? And see, a lot of people say teachers should be paid more. Not according, listen, I love my teachers. Not according to this math equation in terms of cause and effect and the law of compensation. Nah, because remember now, when you look at the law of compensation, it's like, is there a need for what you do? Yeah, but it's a lot of y'all. And plus you got a class, whether it's kindergarten, that's I know you shape minds and have an influence. But to be honest with you, I'm going to say this. I'm going to tell you right now. I don't remember none of my teachers. One, Miss Tobins in the 7th grade Spanish teacher. Donde está la biblioteca? I'll never forget that. You know what that means? Where is the library? That's just ingrained in my subconscious mind. Now every night I take about 20 minutes of Spanish on Duolingo, but I'm thinking I'm up to 250 days, but that's because that's what I want to do. But teachers, I love you, but unless you're in administration or a principal or some district or whatever, superintendent, you underpaid. And the reason why they say that, even though you touch a lot of lives, is because that group of class, next year they're gone. And next year it's like cattle, they keep moving. So it's not like they're going to the Super Bowl. They play a college coach more because he's coaching football. But then again, let me tell you something. When you a college coach, a football college coach, a basketball college coach, man, they get there 5, 6 a.m. and they leave 11, 12 o'clock at night. That's a lot of time. I know they pay them $5 and $10 million a year for playing a sport in the game. But let me tell you something. That ain't an easy job. And plus, there's a lot of tickets that's going to be sold to those college games. It's a lot of money. And if this coach is winning, he is a procuring cause for that happening. So that fits under the 3 things. The need for what you do. So if you're a hell of a coach and you're the good, you won championships, they're going to pay you. Your ability to do it. You're good at doing it. Number 3, the difficulty there is in replacing you. You can't just replace everybody. Some people, you can replace them, but it ain't going to be the same. You know what I mean? Just not going to be the same. Some people are so good, you pay them. It's like a good doctor. Most people, if you have a heart attack, you say, give me the cheapest surgeon. I got a heart attack. Find the cheapest guy. No, you don't even care what it costs. Think about what I'm saying. That's the law of compensation. But I want you to understand the other laws too. Miss Dupree says, can you be easily replaced? Me? Miss Dupree, do you really think I can easily be replaced? Do y'all think so? Come on. There's only one black dude with glasses on. They didn't even sound like this. They didn't even do what I do. Come on, Matter of fact, Fidelity, Merrill Lynch, all of them, they're trying to find a way how they can duplicate me and have it for 10,000 employees. You can't do it because it's uniqueness. You can't duplicate James T. He's good at what he do. He programmed that mind. No, there's certain people you can you can replace them, but you can't duplicate them. You can replace them. The show gonna go on. I mean, that's why I'm trying to leave a legacy. But there's only one Richard Pryor. There's only one Kobe. I mean, it's only one Michael Jordan. That's why all of us unique, but it's how we do it. I mean, really, can you replace Kentucky Fried Chicken? I mean, no, that taste is that taste, but you can also go to someone else. You can go get Popeyes, but it's going to taste different than Kentucky Fried Chicken. You can also go to Chick-fil-A, but it ain't going to taste like Popeyes. And surely not going to taste like Kentucky Fried Chicken. Okay? Irreplaceable. Now, who says that? Somebody from Abundance. That's right. Irreplaceable. The one and only. You got it, boy. So if you want the real deal, it's the real deal. Other than that, it's a fake. So you have to be the same. You have to say, I'm so good, and I can break it down to you like a 6-year-old. They can't replace me. Don't you know the Wire House, Wall Street, if they can say, man, matter of fact, financial planning is moving toward coaching. Now, how in the world are you going to get 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 stockbrokers? Because most of them just want to get paid. When you got a large number of people working inside of a building, they want a 9 to 5. They want to get paid and go home. They want to do their job. They're like robots. They're not going to give you the personal touch. It's like having a TV dinner perform like a personal chef. No, you can't. You can do it a whole lot of manufactured TV dinners, but they're not going to taste like someone in your home cooking your meal. That's personal chef stuff. At the Henderson Financial Group, that's what we do. We're personal chefs. All of y'all require different attention. All of y'all are different. So let's get back to this. Why I want you to understand the universal laws. It is prerequisite to financial wellness. It really is. Because it's so important that they don't even talk about it. They don't teach you about it. And when you go to other places, that you're trying to get your financial house in order, they don't say, okay, do you understand the cause and effects law? Why you keep getting what you've been getting? Because you are planting tomato seeds and you're wishing for collard greens. You have to plant the correct seed. In other words, you have to do the right thing. If you want cash flow, you can't spend all your money. You can't keep on going into those malls and shopping and buying all this stuff. You have got to create. You have got to save some of your money so your money will work for you. Not you won't get tired of working. So you need all this money you get. You got to put it to work for you so it can work abundantly to come and help you. That's what we don't understand. Most people grow up thinking that you just want to get as much money as you can and spend money. But then that's only going to last for a short time. So today we're talking about the law of compensation. What is it? Now, compensation is not always just dollars and cents. You can prosper with your time and your effort. Because let me tell you something. One thing that I always say is much more powerful than dollars and cents and money is relationships. And relationships is the cause of money. It is the cause and effect. Having a relationship, in other words, case in point, if you're standing outside of the arena and you want to get in there to see the game, but you don't have no ticket, but your cousin is at the door, oh, you're going to get in that game. You probably don't have no assigned seat. You might be standing up, but you're going to see that game. That's because you have a relationship. Relationships. And that's a universal law, having a relationship. Matter of fact, that comes from the creator, having a relationship. If you want to pray, who you praying to? You don't have a relationship? You have to have a relationship. That's why don't ever let money ruin a relationship, because money comes and goes. The relationship is the goose that lays the egg. See, the goose is the cause. The effect is the egg. Don't get this twisted. I know we all grown, but we need to understand this is the principles of universal laws. Don't give away the goose. You keep the goose. You have this rental property. If you have a house and you want to rent out a room, rent out a room. You can make more money. There's a lot of people who especially, it's not really done a lot of African American community, but a lot of the other communities, they're doing that, especially the Latin community. They do that a whole lot until the other ones can save money and then get their own. So financial planning is closely linked to universal laws. This is why some people are prosperous and living a well-balanced life, and some people just can't get right. They don't know why, because they're breaking, or they're not adhering to regulated laws. And these laws work for everybody. When you understand these laws, one thing about understanding these laws, you can't blame nobody, because it's like you can't blame nobody if you're driving and you run the red light. What are you gonna say? I heard a voice say run the red light. I mean, probably did, but try to tell that to the judge. You hit the gas, you hit the pedal, you in control, and you're in control of your life. You got to understand this, because financial planning is a very difficult thing. It really is. It doesn't appear, it shouldn't be difficult, but it is difficult if you don't understand the rules, because most of us have been indoctrinated. We're programmed every day to spend our money. Whether we hear it on the radio, magazines, TV shows, as long as we have five senses, as long as we can see something, you was okay until you saw it. You were sitting home, and then they said Red Lobster having a feast, and all of a sudden you getting ready to spend your money. You was okay until the girlfriend say, let's just go and just walk the mall. You was okay until you saw something. You was okay. You was okay until you went to the casino. If you couldn't see the casino or couldn't hear about the casino, you'll be okay. So our five senses put us in trouble a lot. In order to navigate and have a prosperous world, man, that's why I say it's tough, because you got so much coming at you. You really do. And if you're able to navigate that and have discipline and commitment, you can win. And the world loves winners. That's why the world gives people who can navigate through these landmines, this resistance. That's why you reward it. If you got a 700 score or 850 score, you get rewarded. You pay less interest, you get rewarded. They give you lines of credit, you get rewarded. You get rewarded for what you do if you can resist spending and wasting your money. And that's why I always say you don't really want to be rich, you want to be wealthy. What is wealthy? What's the difference between rich and wealthy? Well, rich is temporary. Yeah. Rich is temporarily. What are you talking about, Robert? See, rich is, a drug dealer is rich, temporary, because every drug dealer I know was rich. Now they broke. They either dead or in jail. That everyone I knew. And the first time I seen $1 million, I think I was 19 years old, and I actually seen green dollars, $1 million on the table. They ain't got $1 million now. They ain't got $1,000. That was temporary. So rich is temporary. You can be an athlete or entertainer, die broke. Was rich. That's temporary. What you want to strive for is wealth, and you get wealth through financial planning, a strategy. Wealth is, let me give a perfect example of what wealth is. Wealth is, if you living in the middle of nowhere, and the cost of living in the town of nowhere is $1,000 a month. That means you get you a maid, or you get shelter. You can have food, and you got peace and quiet. And you get a check in the mail for $2,000 a month. You're wealthy. You're wealthy. You're wealthy. Yes, you're wealthy, because your financial basic needs are a certain amount, and you know what it is, and you getting over and above that without having to get out of bed. That's wealth. That's like a stream of water. That's like a river just running, and it just no droughts. It's just running. That's like having good blood pressure. That's like having your blood pressure good. Your blood just circulating all through your body. Ain't no clogs. Ain't no artery clog. That's wealth. That's prosperity. That's wealth. So what you want to strive for is wealth. Stop trying to quickly and double your money and go to casino and scratch off and do all this get rich quick stuff. You got to plan. That's why wealth lasts a long time. Rich don't. I ain't never seen rich last a long time. Hilton Hotel, people, Conrad Hilton, that's wealth. The man dead. And I just stayed in one of his hotels. That's wealth. Man dead. Still getting money. That's wealth. That is wealth. You got to understand that. These drug dealers, man, I don't understand. I still don't understand. You see the playbook. You see what's ahead of you. There ain't nobody you know with that business model living happily ever after. You're going to either be dead or in jail. How is that a plan? That's why when I was younger and I saw my friends doing that and they was rich and they called me poor, I was like, yeah, I'm the turtle. But that ain't a good business plan y'all have. That's a short-lived plan. That's short-sightedness. You got to have a plan with long. Now, some of you all that's working for the man, the county, the state, that's okay. You can guarantee money, but you can't spend all your money. You got to have some of that money. If they're paying you in terms of the law of compensation, you got to take some of that money, put it aside so it can get wings, so it can grow. Because when you get tired, you got to have that flow, that wealth. Stop buying all them silly cars, man. I keep telling y'all, people buy, oh my God. And it ain't just black people. It's white people, Spanish people. It's a record number. They just buying cars. I don't know, man. I don't know if we all got psychological problems, a need for a quick fix. What is that? That's temporary. You want longevity because the longer you live, the more money you need. I'm going to say it again. If you plan on living long, you need more money. And if you plan on retiring, and most of y'all want to hurry up and retire. In other words, you want to hurry up and say, no more money for me. Well, you must have a stream of income that's going to keep on flowing like Conrad Henry. If you ain't got that, I don't know what you're trying to hurry up and stop getting paid for. Who in the world want to stop getting paid? What kind of mess is that? Now, I can see if you want to stop getting paid because you're tired of driving that bus. You've been driving a bus driver for 30 years. I understand that. But get yourself another plan. Come to the Henderson Financial Group. We'll tell you how to create cash flow, how to build wealth. We'll tell you, you can do it with real estate. We can show you how to do that. And if you don't want to deal with real estate, we can show you how to do it with annuities. We can show you how to do it with life insurance. Yes. Now, I ain't talking about death insurance. There's advanced life insurance retirement planning strategies that they ain't telling you about. Why? Why are not telling you about? Because in the world that we live in right now, there's two super powerhouses. I want y'all to get what I'm about to say. Super powerhouses. One powerhouse that has a lot of control. It's the insurance industry. I always say next to God, the insurance industry has the most money on the planet. Just think about it. Even if you buy a car and you don't have, and you pay the car off, you still got to, in order to get a tag, you got to have insurance. Even if you got a good record, you got to get insurance. And the money don't come back. It's not like they saving in a kitty for you. It's gone. Now, it's going in somebody else's pocket. It ain't going in a canal. It's gone. It's going in the insurance company. And the insurance company they have so many ways to get your money. Final expense, life insurance, disability insurance, long-term care insurance, auto insurance, homeowners insurance. I mean, just cancer insurance, accident insurance, health insurance, dental insurance. Liability, personal liability insurance, in case somebody's, they just getting your money and they ain't giving it back. That's every day. That's a powerhouse. They got lobbyists that pay all them Congress people to vote their way and pass laws to keep them in business. And if you want to be a congressperson so you can be a dignitary and get special treatment and get free retirement and free health care and write books and be rich, you got to do what the insurance lobbyists say. The other lobbyists is Wall Street. Goodness gracious. Wall Street. Now here is an industry they're just at your money. It's like it's just stocks go up, go down for no reason. Company good. They just got it. Wall Street. And Wall Street just they put funds together and just go buy up all the houses and rent them out. Then you get your 401k plan. Then the government say, oh, you can do a 401k or IRA and postpone paying your taxes now. We'll get you later. When did you ever? What? And then they're coming out with rules. Next year, you're going to be able to postpone more taxes. Postpone. They call it deferred because most of y'all don't understand what the difference between deferred taxes and postponed taxes. When you just hear you ain't got to pay no taxes, you feel good. But when did you ever postpone something and you came out on top? No, you can't postpone. It's going to get worse. Postpone. You postpone that. You hear that knocking your engine in your car and you keep postponing. You're going to have, the more you postpone it, it's going to be trouble. So here you are putting a lot of money in postponed retirement plans. And then all of a sudden you do a good job, put more money in there, postponing paying the taxes. And then when you get ready to retire and you want your money, bam, that tax liability is huge and it's forever. And if you died, your children got to pay it. Whoever you're leaving to got to pay that tax. You never escape that taxes. Boy, is that ain't a Trojan horse? And then they have your money. And then the money go up and down when they want it to, whatever they want it to with computers. And then you have no control. And then you die, you ain't got no insurance. These two powerhouses, they lie and cheat and vie for your money. That's why you need to come to the Henderson Financial Group so we can explain you the roles each of them play and how to play the game of life. You got to understand this thing. You can't just say they're going to take care of me because ignorance means they will rule, they will pick your pockets. And if you don't know, you better ask somebody. There's a lot of people, man, that went down the wrong alley. They went down the wrong road. And when they got old, they look back and say they should have did this. They should have did that. They wish they should have did that. But the young people don't like to listen to nobody old and they don't have a lot of money. They just don't. So you can try to give your wisdom to the young people. They can't hear you because the young people are impressed with people who are wealthy, people who have it. They don't want to hear about your mistakes. The mistakes ain't going to help them. They don't want to hear it. Even though you love them, they don't want to hear about that. What have you done? You in church every day, you still broke? How you going to be in church every day and you still broke and you telling a young person to come to church? Come on. No, come on. If anything, the young person want to be a preacher because the preacher's driving a Rolls Royce. But seeing you sitting up there, no. You got, let me tell you something. There's another universal law called the law of demonstration. I'm telling you, if y'all get a hold of these universal laws, it's a map to tell you how to move. It's like Proverbs. It will actually tell you how to move. These universal laws. That's why I'm talking about them, because I need y'all to help yourself. I can help you. But when you come to me, in order for your cup to run over, you got to have a cup. And you come to me for financial planning, the prerequisite is you got to have a cup, man. I mean, if you want to eat, you ain't got a plate. You ain't got a cup. You want to drink, but you don't have no cup. If you got, the bigger your cup is, the more I'm going to show you how to fill it. So the prerequisite is understanding universal law. Kim, what'd you say? When is it too late? Kim, you say, when is it too late? First of all, Kim, if you got a pulse and if you hear the voice, the sound is coming out of my mouth, that is wisdom. That means that you're in the right place to hear it. And the God, the creator, don't put you somewhere just to hear something, not to be able to use it. You got to act. Now, there's a universal law called the law of action. You got to take action. You can't just hear something and not do nothing. See, this is universal law. When you go by and say, okay, universal cause and effect, that's why you got this sorry man. You should have known. You caused them. You picked them. You can unpick them. The law of action, universal law of action. It means that you got to get up and move. A lot of people come to me and say, man, Henderson, I heard you 10 years ago, man. If I would have came to you then, yeah, you're right. You're right. You got to move. Everywhere in the spiritual books. I don't care if it's the Quran. I don't care if it's the Bible. I don't care if it's the Torah. I don't care if it's Buddha. They all tell you in so many words about the law of common, which is universal laws, the laws of actions. You have got to act. You have got to do. You can't just wonder. You have got to put forth. You have got to plan. A farmer can have all the land he wants, but what she wants. A farmer can have all the land, millions of acres, but until a farmer act and put the corn seed in the ground, you can't get no corn. Until the farmer put the apple seed in the ground, you don't get no apple tree. You have got to act. That is a universal law called the law of action. What are you doing? Are you taking action? So that's what I'm trying to tell you. They taught us ABC. They taught us stuff about Geronimo and gave us tests on how high is Mount Everest. Hell, I don't remember if I got that right, but I know I didn't need it. I don't think I got that right. That's something I wouldn't study, how high is Mount Everest. I probably got a C on that. But look at me now. So memorization. When was the Revolutionary War fought? Can you believe they taught? We spend a lot of time on stuff that we don't even need. When was the Revolutionary War fought? They teaching our kids and testing our kids and making us feel lesser because we didn't know how high Mount Everest is. Most of the people ain't never been on a mountain. Ain't never been on a mountain. Ain't gonna see no mountain. Too broke to see a mountain. And you gonna get a test on a mountain? What is a regatta? You don't know what a regatta is? You got an F. I got an F. I don't even know what a regatta is. You know what a regatta is? The gathering of boats. Ain't nobody got no boat in my neighborhood. How am I know a gathering of boats mean a regatta? That was on the test? Yeah, that was on the test. That ain't no education. Education is universal laws, the law of action, the law of compensation, cause and effect, the law of attraction. That's what we need to be studying. That's how you get into financial planning. Man, I'm telling you, I'm running out of time. Got so much to tell you. Once you get the basic principles of how the law, the rules, the world, the universe is ran, once you get that, see, back in ancient Africa, to be considered educated, it took 40 years to be considered educated. 40 years, not no 12 years, plus 4 years of college or 8 years of college. I mean, you don't know nothing. That's why do you think the most successful CEOs that run these companies, why do you think it is known that they read at least 60 books per year? You got CEOs of major companies, Walmart, Microsoft, Apple, all these Fortune 500 companies. They read right now 60 books a year minimum. That's more. It's only 52 weeks in a year. That's more than one book a read. What you figure they rich and wealthy? Why they keep reading? Because the law says you got to keep on learning and growing, and we learn from each other. You just did 4 years of college and you ain't read the book yet. You ain't read nothing else. Enough of you know. You don't know nothing else. It's a lot to know. And when you saying why I don't know this, man, you know, that's a lot of things to know. You got to continue to grow. But if you don't have time for that, then you have to come to somewhere like the Henderson Financial Group, because that's what we do. We read a lot. I didn't used to wear glasses. I ain't started wearing glasses until I was 22 years old. In fact, I used to make fun of people with glasses, 4 eyes or whatever. I used to make fun of people who had bald heads. So be careful, the law of karma. Be careful, man. You make fun of them people. I don't make fat jokes no more. I used to call fat people fat, but I don't call them fat no more. Because before you know it, I'll be fat. And I could be dieting and running and everything, but I'll be fat. No, reap what you sow. Don't. So if you don't want to get bald, don't be making fun of bald people. Don't be making fun of fat people. Okay? Don't. And I never make fun of poor people. Oh, never, ever. Because, boy, the people you meet on the way up, same people you meet on the way down. I have seen so many people who used to be rich. Oh, man, what happened to him? 3 things broke him. 3 things broke him. He was rich. A whiskey glass, a horse coming in last, and a woman's, that broke him every time. Those 3 things, not Robert Henderson. I don't gamble. No. I don't even play the scratch off. I ain't never been drunk in my life. And I'm not a womanizer. So I eliminated those 3 things. As soon as I read and found out about that, woo, not me. No drug, not me. Oh, no. Womanizer, been married to the same woman. May be 36 years. That's married. She can slap my face all she wants to. I ain't going nowhere. She ain't worked in 34 years. Shoot. Mad. Okay. Mad. What mad got to do with it? We talking about money. We talking about wealth. Ain't gonna take half of mine. Honey, you bring him in. If you tired of me, bring him in the other room then. I'll sleep in the other room. But I ain't going nowhere. Oh, man, I got to go. It's time running out. Listen, stay tuned. Understanding Part 2 will be up at 10:15. I'm going to check with James T. See if we get George Wallace to call in. The guy's so busy, but he said he wanted to come on the show. If not, James T. and I, we can just talk and ride out with this thing. But I want you all to go back. Promise me that you guys are going to go back. Put a 1 in the comments if you guys at least going to Google what is the laws of karma? What is the 12 laws of karma, and what is universal law? I need y'all to know this, man. This is like our tools, because when we do that, financial planning, anything I tell you what to do, the strategies, you can get it. You fall in line. So just tell me y'all gonna at least look at them, man. Read them. Take some time out. It's for you. I need y'all to do that. I promise. I love y'all just that much. And why am I telling you this? Because let me tell you something. There's nothing better than having a whole lot of rich people around you. That's a good feeling, because then we can overcome. We can do things together. If I say, listen, we need to put $10 million together. Okay, I need 500,000 for you, 500,000 for you. I need 20 of y'all. Bam, we're going to go ahead and put $10 million. If you got $10 million, then remember now, you can get $50 million from a bank because you only have to put 20% down. So now you can build a $50 million building. You follow me? But you got to have something, man. You got to. I need y'all to be like squirrels. Don't eat all your nuts, because time going by fast. And I'm telling you something. If y'all didn't know it, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Y'all heard it from me. The world, the country, the world is slowly moving toward the haves and the have-nots. The robots, artificial intelligence, and the rich. Now, if you gonna turn into a robot, or the wealthy. Okay, I'm telling you, robotic, artificial intelligence, and the wealthy. If you ain't a robot, or if you're not wealthy, I can't help you, man. It's written. So stop eating all your nuts. Stop putting some of it away. Save it. Be like a farmer. And contact the Henderson Financial Group, 305-825-1444. I need y'all to share this information, man, because this is what we call true education. I did not know how tall Mount Everett is. I don't know still today. I don't care, because if I go to the grocery store, they're not going to ask me that in order to get that food. If I go to a restaurant, they're not going to say, you can get this if you tell us how high Mount Everett is. I don't care. Have I ever been on Mount Everett? No. Do I plan on going on Mount Everest? No. Jesus, why they test us on a whole lot of memorizing? If you think about it, see, I'm honest with myself. Be honest. A lot of stuff that we went to grade school with, man, come on, man. No, it wastes a lot of wasted time. But what I'm telling you right now about these universal laws, understanding the law of attraction, what is the cause of effect? The law of action, you got to move. The law of resistance. You gotta understand that, man. When you get that and learn that like the back of your hand, like learn how to play blackjack or Jim Rummy or a tunk or whatever, or spades or whatever, then you know something. You can start figuring something. Then when I start talking about financial planning and you can relate to the strategy that I'm talking about, you can understand it better. But you gotta understand. Hey, I love y'all. Stay tuned. Hey, they say we got some President's Day. They didn't used to have. I guess we'll take it off. President's Day, man. They get them kids more time out in school than a little bit, but at least traffic won't be heavy. I'll be in the office. Listen, I love you all. Stay tuned. 305-825-1444. Share this message. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Peace, one love. And stay tuned for Understanding Money Part 2. James C. and myself, 1015.